Round 3 of the NASCAR Series SL Cup Series heads to Bristol Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee for the running of the Samsung 500. 40 of the best drivers in the world are packed in to the world fastest half mile, and these 100,000 fans are ready to see some action from Thunder Valley. So without further ado, let's crank up the engines for today's race.
For the famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Chef, Restaurateur, and host of Food Network, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri.
Drivers, start your engine!
The engines have been fired and we are ready at Bristol Speedway. Let's take a look at the starting line for today's race. Josh Crush, Carlo Zilic, the winners of heat race number 1 and 2. See the rest of the starting grid for 1 to 7. Ryan Bogie makes first career start in row 8, as well as David Woodard in row 11. City Dawson, very tough break for her. Qualified in 25th. See the rest of the starting grid. Brad Stover, Ian Demodi got the last transfer spot in heat race 1 and 2. Let's look at the weather for today's race. Blistering hot, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 11 miles per hour in wind speed, and 0 chance of rain. So not only if it's hot, no clouds. So it's a tough break for these fans out there. It's going to be blistering hot when they're sitting. Over 100,000 fans are on their feet though. Josh Crouch and Carlo Zilic leads them to the green. Winners of heat race number 1 and 2. Pace car is on pit lane. Crash, Zilic, Dunn, Jefferson, Alonso, Thompson. Green flag is out. We're racing from Bristol. Side by side off of turn 4, but Zilic will get that run at the high side and will lead the first half of the event. Battle for second now. Here comes Jay Jefferson to the high side of Josh Crash, maybe. Yeah, side by side for second spot now. Here comes Jefferson off the high side. The high side will get you that huge momentum coming off the corner, and Jefferson will take that spot away from Crash. So already 2 laps in, and Crash has fallen 2 spots below. Here comes Thompson to the inside of Braden Dunn, side by side for the 4th spot. Off of turn 4. Dunn will get that run off the high side though. You're on board McShane now, who's side by side with Thompson for the 5th spot. McShane running in 5th. And wow, look at Dunn. Went from the high side all the way down to the low side. Try to get a run on Josh Crash, it looked like. But no, he will settle in for 4th. Elon Zilic is still your race leader, has led all 5 laps so far. And Jay Jefferson, though, he is closing in all over the back bumper of Carlo Zilic. Just close the gap by a 1/10 of a second. On board with Zilic, look at the back end, and you see Jefferson. Lap 6 now complete. Lucifer Sam. Now, Lucifer Sam, he's had an interesting season so far. Yes, he has 1 point. He gained 1 point at Daytona, but only because he actually made the field. Because during like the pace lap to come around to take the green, he blew his engine off of turn 4. Then the next week at Atlanta did not make the field, was not fast enough. So far he only has 1 point. And right now he's doing it very well so far, running inside the top 10 in the 7th spot. Another driver, David Woodard, who's also making his first career start in the NSXCS Cup Series. I should remind you, he's a full-time driver. He's not like Ryan Bogie or Caleb Fairclough. He did not make the field at Daytona in the last chance qualifier or at Atlanta. So this is his first career start. Right now being positioned 50th, dead last, 0 points in the standings. So right now this is also another great run for him, running inside the top 15. Side by side now for the lead. Here comes Carlo Zilic up the high side with Jay Jefferson down the low side. And Zilic will take that spot once again with that drive off the high side now. So now it was Carlo Zilic, Jay Jefferson, Josh Crash, Power McShane, and DJ Kirker, Budweiser shootout winner. "12 laps complete in the Samsung 500 for Bristol Speedway. We'll be right back. You're watching NASCAR on MDK.
The most anticipated moment in racing. It's one of the great scenes in all of sports.
Carlo Zilic, Sirius from Bristol Speedway, has led all 17 laps so far, and he has separated the gap between J.R. Jefferson to now 4/10 of a second. Excuse me, 6/10 of a secon now. When we first left you off, it was just neck and neck, side by side. You see the gap now, more than 6/10 of a second between him and J. Jefferson. Hey, Joe Mitchell now, who thought like we should see him move up the field because he was third fastest in final practice, but since he did finish outside the top 15, he started I think it was a 25th spot, so it was a tough race for him. Oh, we got a caution on the backstretch, crash. That's Nicky Maxwell. More carnage. Oh, Lewis into the back end of Maxwell. Cal was involved as well as Ibarra and Nick Kennedy. Caution is out, and they have to go because look, yeah, here comes Zilic. Zilic, Jefferson, your leaders, as well as Josh Crash through right for the lead, and Lewis and Cal, they will take that spot and they will stay on the lead lap. Wow. What? Okay, you see the 3 car. Ooh. Now, I don't know if he got loose or just carried too much speed. It looked like he just carried too much speed. And then, oh, it bounces off the wall. Bam, right into the front, right in front of Nicky Maxwell. There's nothing that Maxwell could have done to avoid him, it looked like. It looked like he was just glued to the wall. Then you see the 47 car got bounced off the wall and hits the 19 car. That's what's setting off that second accident. And you see Lewis plows into the back end of Maxwell. On board with Lewis. Yeah, he hit the 12 car Mitchell, and by that time, there was no way he could have saved that car and not hit Nicky Maxwell. So he's pushing Kevin Cal to get out of his way because like, there's the leaders. But luckily, they did stay on the lead lap. And you see Zilic hits the wall, so that means Zilic will start third instead of first. First caution out at Bristol Speedway. We'll be right back. Josh Crash is your leader.
It's a down payment double cross. On it.
Hi!
The dealership lied about the down payment.
Well, at Drive Time, you can get your real down payment online before you shop.
And everyone's approved. To Drive Time.
Get approved and know your down payment before you shop. Only at Drive Time.
Welcome back to Bristol Speedway right now, as we're coming around to take the green flag. Josh crashes your rescue with Jay Jefferson in second, and Carlo Zilic in third. Reason being because when that caution came out, coming to the line, remember, it's not when the caution comes out, it's to the line, or to the checker flag line. So because of that, Zilic hit the wall, lost ground, and ends up in fourth, not third, excuse me, because Brad Stover, who did not stop, takes second. Green flag is out. Side by side for the lead with Brad Stover and Josh Crash. We get a flyby of the race cars going by your screen right now. And Crash will hold on and take the lead back away from Brad Stover. With Jay Jefferson now, who's getting battled by Dalton Bauman for the fourth spot. So now Zilic, who was the class of the field early in the going, has now fallen back to the fifth spot. Still side by side back there. Prime Exchange to the high side, trying to get around Dalton Bauman. As for the 6th spot, I believe. Here comes Stover to the inside. And no, Crash will get that run off the high lane and will maintain the lead. Lap 29 now complete at Bristol Speedway. Right now, Josh Crash has led 5 or 6 or 7 laps, I believe, so far. Carlo Zilic led the first 20. And you see right now, as I mentioned before, Carlo Zilic now has moved up to the 4th spot with Prime Exchange in 5th, Kyler Boggs 6th, Dalton Bauman 7th, 8th is DJ Kirker. And how about Kevin Cow in the 29 car? Remember, Kevin Cow was just involved in that accident at lap 19, I believe. No, 17. And now he's running inside the top 15 in the 15th spot. So a great recovery for Kevin Cow. As well as Nikki Maxwell's. She's right now running in the 10th spot. Also another driver who was just involved in an accident. Huge recovery. And it's more surprising for me because Maxwell suffered a lot more damage. How about a little Thunder Valley NASCAR and MDK? Crank it up. Josh Crash now still leading, but Stover is kind of maintaining the pace with Crash. Sydney Dotzelberg, your Daytona 500 champion, who finished 3rd the next race at Atlanta, right now running in the 29th spot. She's right now battling Lou Caesar for that 29th spot, I should say. Terrible race for her, despite the fact for her other finishes. I mean, 1st and 3rd, she's 1st in points right now, both in the chase and overall standings. So it's gonna hurt her a lot in the point standings. Meanwhile, Josh Crash is now opening the gap now between him and Brad Stover, and Jay Jefferson is closing in on Stover. The gap was 0.4 of a second last lap. This time it's just 0.5 of a second. And oh, we got an accident. Caution is out with 10 to go, and you saw skin marks on the front stretch. Looks like an accident happened on the front stretch, I'm guessing. I don't see any drivers with damage. Let's see what happened on the front stretch. And see the 99, and oh, looks like the 99 came up, the 36 came down. They just made contact, and oh, tough break for Kevin Cow. Caught up in the 2nd accident today. Ooh, the 36 car took a lick. Oh, and another hit. The 36 car took 2 big hits, especially the first one, because that was driver's side. And then got hit again by the back end of Matt Hussey, who went airborne. On board, this is for Sam. On board with Kevin Cow, his 2nd accident of the day. Caution is out with 10 laps to go in the Samsung 500 involving Lucy for Sam, Matt Lucy, and Kevin Cow. We're right back for the finish with 6 to go here on MDK.
It's hard to call it medium when it's this out of the box.
Man, you know just what to say.
You might be a redneck.
Watchers alert on several dramatic new developments.
Frank Sinatra.
You're a delightful audience. Let's go to Margaritaville, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown.
This is satellite radio. Welcome to Sirius XM.
The
Samsung Power on MDK is presented by KFC. Try new Georgia Gold Chicken today. By Auto Trader. And by Monster Energy, the new sponsor of the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Welcome back to Bristol Motor Speedway right now as we're coming out to take the green flag with 6 laps of racing to go. The accident of Lucifer Sam, Kevin Cow, and Matt Hussey, they are still on track. Now we gotta mention a quick update on Austin Stitzel. If you guys haven't noticed, he is not in this race so far, yet he did qualify for the field. Reason being, he was disqualified by NASCAR under the caution flag. Reason being, fuel was leaking out of his race car, and NASCAR told him to come up pit lane. He did not, so they black flagged him, and after 3 laps, he was disqualified by NASCAR. So because of that, Austin Stitzel will get the 40th spot. He will only earn 1 point today. So a top rate for Austin Stitzel will qualify inside the top 10, I believe. It's going to hurt him big time in the points because he does not have a win so far. So he's going to fall big time in the point standings. So like, here's the fastest drivers of this race so far. Power McShane had the fastest lap of the race with a 16.186, with Carlo Zilic in 2nd, Jay Jefferson 3rd, Zach Hussey in 4th, and Dalton Bauman in 5th. And as you see, Josh Crash now, Brad Stover in 2nd, Jay Jefferson 3rd, Carlo Zilic 4th, and Power McShane in 5th. We have 6 laps to settle it. So far, no one has been challenged for the race lead. Zilic dominated the first half of the event. As Josh Crash dominated the second half. Can Stover or Jefferson or even Zilic come up and challenge Crash? We're 6 laps away from finding out. Green flag is out of Bristol. So far, it's single file through the whole pack right now. Here comes Stover moving to the inside of Crash, side by side for lead now. We're coming to 4 laps to go at Bristol Motor Speedway. Josh Crash has gone by Brad Stover, and here comes Jay Jefferson to the high lane to now try and get by Stover as about for the 2nd spot. And Crash is loving this. He wants these drivers to be battling side by side to each other so he can go out and take this win. Here we go, 3 to go. And Jefferson has cleared Stover now. Now the battle's between the 18 and the 41. Down the back stretch they go. You're on board Crash in the turns 3 and 4. And that red car, it looks like it's getting bigger and bigger. That's not what Crash wants to see. 2 to go. The gap has now maintained to around 4 to 5 tenths of a second. And Crash looks like he is pulling away. Here we go. Coming at turns 3 and 4. White flag is out. Final from Thunder Valley at Bristol Motor Speedway. Crash leads him into turns 1 and 2 for the final time. The gap is closing in now just a bit, ever so slightly. Down the back stretch to go for the final time. I don't think Jefferson has enough. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Josh Crash holds him off, and Crash dominates Bristol. Jay Jefferson 2nd, Brad Stover 3rd, Carlo Zilic 4th, and Power McShane in 5th. What a run for Josh Crash, who led the last 31 laps of the race. What a win for Josh Crash at Bristol Motor Speedway. Dominates it. And we'll be right back on MDK for the results and the burnout. Josh Crash is your winner.
Growing up, watching the Daytona 500 was always an event.
There's a slogan that they had last year, Daytona Day. It was Daytona Day for my family on the Daytona 500.
It's the same thing you do when you watch the Super Bowl.
I watched the Daytona 500 with family. My sister, maybe some friends might come from up the road.
Get the barbecue going, friends over, and watch that spectacle of a race. It's just such an awesome way to start our NASCAR season.
The Daytona 500, February 26th on Fox.
Josh Crash is victorious, and he just smacked the wall on the outside wall. And he is your winner. Sunoco fueling victories. He's fueling Josh Crash who led the last 31 laps of the race. Here's the results. Josh Crash with Jay Jefferson in 2nd, Brad Stover in 3rd, Carlo Zilic 4th, Power McShane in 5th, Kyle Box 6th, Dalton Bauman 7th, Nicky Maxwell in 8th, Kirkland 9th, Dunn 10, Bonner, Kennedy, Ibarra, Garcia, Thompson, and Oskins best finish of the season in 16th. Then you have Ryan Bogey, who in his first career start comes home with a 17th place finish, good up for him. And Kevin Cow, who was involved in 2 accidents, comes home in 20th. Cup break for Sidney Dautenberg, 28th after finishing 1st and 3rd in the first 2 races of the season. David Woodard, first career start, 31st. Austin Stitzel, who was disqualified by NASCAR after that fuel leak, comes home dead last as usual, as he should, with that fuel leak issue. We want to thank you for watching special presentations of the NASCAR Series X1 Cup Series on MDK. Congrats to Josh Crash. Next race will be at Auto Club Speedway for the run of the Auto Club 400. Congrats to Josh Crash once again. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time from Fontana.